Guys, petarung UFC Michael Chandler mencurigai ada alasan di balik sikap Conor McGregor yang menantangnya di kelas menengah. Setelah sekian lama menunggu, Michael Chandler akhirnya mendapatkan kepastian terkait duelnya menghadapi Conor McGregor. Melalui unggahan media sosialnya, Conor McGregor mengungkapkan ia akan menghadapi Chandler pada 29 Juni 2024 mendatang.
Ladies and gentlemen, a happy new year to you all. I'd like to announce the return date for myself, the notorious Conor McGregor, for the greatest comeback of all time. It will take place in Las Vegas for International Fight Week on June the 29th. Come a little closer. And the opponent, Michael Chandler. And the weight, Mr. Chandler, 185 pounds.
The only, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Dalam unggahan video tersebut, Conor McGregor melontarkan tantangan pertarungan di kelas menengah. Padahal baik Chandler maupun Conor McGregor diketahui lebih akrab dengan kelas ringan. Conor McGregor merupakan mantan jawara kelas ringan UFC, sedangkan Chandler saat ini berada di posisi kelima dalam ranking divisi tersebut. Terkait kelas tantangan tersebut, Chandler mencurigai ada alasan tertentu mengapa Conor McGregor menantangnya di kelas menengah. Dalam sebuah kesempatan, ia mencurigai bahwa hal itu dilakukan McGregor agar ia terlihat lebih besar dari aslinya. Meski begitu, Chandler tak keberatan dan tetap percaya diri melawan McGregor di kelas menengah.
It looks like that's what this scenario has happened again. June 29th, International Fight Week, me versus Conor. Now, when it comes to 185, you got to remember, there's two reasons why it's at 185. Number one, Conor wants to continue the narrative that he's bigger than he actually is. You guys think he's bigger because of lights, camera angles, and a great photographer. Shout out to his photographer. He's always with him. Does a great job. That Conor is bigger than he actually is. That's the number one. Number two, you got to remember, UFC 274, I kicked Tony Ferguson's head clean off, and I got on the microphone, called out Conor and said, but I want to up the stakes. I want to fight you at your biggest, your baddest, and your best. I want to fight you at 170. So naturally, Conor can't say the fight's at 155 because he wants you guys to think that he's too big to make 155, which is not true. And he also can't say it's at 170 because that would mean that he's not in control because I originally called the fight at welterweight at 170. So naturally, he says 185. Do I believe the fight's at 185? Heck, I'm game.
Bukan Conor McGregor namanya kalau tak membuat geger. Kejutan dibuatnya setelah mengumumkan divisi baru yang akan dijalaninya. Chandler seperti telah ditakdirkan sebagai lawan McGregor setelah UFC menggadu mereka sebagai pelatih bagi tim petarung dalam acara The Ultimate Fighter pada tahun lalu. Tensi yang sudah meninggi di mana McGregor dan Chandler hampir bertarung di oktagon setelah adu mulut. Hingga McGregor sempat mendorong wajah Chandler dengan mukanya.
Backing him up, baby.
Not against me, I'm not, Michael, yeah? Some of these kids are in the UFC before you're in the UFC.
Maybe if you showed up
shut up and break your nose, you little fool, you.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, what?
Bagian mengejutkan adalah divisi tarung di mana McGregor ingin dirinya dan Chandler akan mentas. Sebab McGregor menargetkan kelas menengah lebih tinggi 2 tingkat dari kelas ringan di mana dia dan Chandler terakhir bertarung dan meraih sukses.
Because you guys got to remember, two guys that weigh the same-ish, Conor and I are within 3 to 5 pounds of each other. Spent 5 weeks with him in Las Vegas, saw him almost every day. You guys saw us standing next to each other. The size of us, very similar. So it doesn't matter whether we're cutting 25 pounds down to 155 or 15 pounds down to 170, 20 pounds down to 170. or whatever the math is, we're the same weight. So does the weight really matter? Weight doesn't matter to me. This is the fight that I want. It's the fight that I agreed to. So I'm not worried about where the weight is. I'm not worried about all the shenanigans outside of the training and the nutrition, the supplementation. I can move, I can gauge, I can figure out whatever weight I need to go to. 185 sounds great to me. Cutting very minimal weight, doing training camp without having to cut weight sounds great to me. 170 would be easy as well. So I'm excited that the plane is finally landing, and it's going to land in Las Vegas, June 29th, International Fight Week, which normally is the biggest fight card of the year. Obviously, this year's a little bit different because UFC 300 is a landmark card for the UFC. 300 shows, 300 pay-per-views, actually, which is a crazy feat.
Conor McGregor! You gotta
Wacana laga McGregor dan Chandler tadinya lebih digadang-gadang untuk terjadi di kelas welter UFC. Jika terwujud, pertandingan nanti akan menjadi pertandingan pertama McGregor dan Chandler di kelas menengah. Niatan untuk tampil di kelasnya Anderson Silva dan Israel Adesanya sejatinya sudah dibeberkan McGregor sejak akhir tahun 2022.
170 or 155 is the fight?
170.
Is that the new weight class?
Nah, it's not. I don't. No, I'm 170 next, man. Leave it out.
You win this fight, do you get a title shot?
Yeah, I'd like so. I would like that.
You get the winner of Leon and Kamaru?
I may be present for the card.
This weekend?
I had with the Black Forge. We're making moves with the Black Forge in London, and I was scheduled to go out there. So after this, Gunny's also on the card, so it'd be good to see him live.
Right.
And it'd be good to watch that welterweight title for sure.
Sejak 2 tahun yang lalu, McGregor juga memamerkan badannya yang makin besar dan kekar. McGregor saat itu mengaku berat badannya mencapai 190 pon setelah hanya berlatih angkat beban karena cedera kaki yang dialaminya di laga terakhir. Jadi, tampil di kelas menengah akan menguntungkan McGregor dalam persiapan karena tidak perlu repot-repot mengurangi berat badannya. Pelatih McGregor, John Kavanagh, percaya diri kemenangan gelar atas Chandler menjadi salah satu kemungkinan. Ayo cam-cam, beberapa bulan kesengsaraan untuk sebuah tugas penghancuran selama 2 menit. Di sisi lain, Chandler tidak gentar. Pertarung berjuluk Iron tersebut mengingatkan bahwa tujuannya adalah mengalahkan McGregor dalam kondisi terbaiknya.
And now we start a new chapter. June 29th, International Fight Week in Las Vegas. Not sure of the venue yet. Obviously, there's a ton of venues that could happen in June in Las Vegas. The possibility of the Sphere, the possibility of Allegiant Stadium. Obviously, always the go-to of T-Mobile. Who knows? Doesn't matter. It's going to be a big card. It's going to be fun. And I finished Conor within the first 2 rounds. And after that, probably pretty much end his career.
Chandler ingin membalas dendam pada Conor McGregor yang membuatnya menunggu terlalu lama. Dari awal, Chandler paham bahwa menantang Conor McGregor yang baru pulih dari cedera memang akan membutuhkan waktu. Tak cuma bertekad mengalahkan Conor McGregor, Chandler juga berencana menghabisi karir pertarung berjuluk The Notorious itu. Chandler ingin membuat McGregor kembali pensiun usai pertarungan mereka berakhir nanti.
There's just so much more than people think about on the surface level. I want battlegrounds of epic proportions. I want to stand in the cage with that man. I want to break that man's will. I want to break his jaw. I want to separate him from consciousness, completely flatline him inside the octagon, and then we say farewell to one of the sport's biggest star, and then we can go about our merry way. So June 29th, International Fight Week, Chandler versus McGregor at 185. I'm in. Let's do this thing. God bless.
So guys, gimana dengan pandangan kalian? Tinggalkan komentar di bawah, like video ini, and see you next time.